There's this whole YouTube genre of pranking, right? But they don't even really seem like pranks. So there's this guy, Tanner Cook. His YouTube channel, over 55,000 subscribers. He does all these pranks, but his pranks are like, I'm going to go around this grocery store and steal their groceries and see how they react.
Yeah.
Or in this case, he got his cell phone on Google Translate to play like a robot voice saying, "Hey, dipshit, quit thinking about my twinkle." And then he would go to people in the food court and just put it up to their ear until they got annoyed and see how they react.
What's a twinkle?
Probably dick.
Oh, that's twinkle?
I would imagine so.
Doesn't sound like a big dick.
No.
I mean, he's self-deprecating too.
All right.
That's not something you want a woman to say when she sees your dick. That's cute.
Yeah, well,
Absolutely not.
if you think about the song, the next word is little.
Yeah.
Twinkle little? Ah,
Yeah.
right.
Little
Good
star.
Paul.
I mean, nobody wants to hear that song when they pull their joint out.
No,
Right?
no, you want some Barry White.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Maybe a new song.
He could make it
He could
work.
probably pull it
Yeah.
off.
He would. So this was his prank. He would go around the food court and start putting his cell phone up to people, playing that phrase and see how they react. And so he was doing that in a food court and in front of this guy, this DoorDash driver, and he's like getting annoyed, and he ends up shooting the YouTube prankster.
I'm all right with that.
He doesn't
by the
die.
way.
The prankster doesn't die.
Stop. First off, this isn't a funny joke.
No.
This is you being rude and obnoxious and filming it.
Yeah. Well, here's the video of it. You won't see the guy die or any blood or anything, but you can. Watch what happens. What?
Quit thinking about my twinkle.
What's that mean?
Quit thinking about my twinkle.
No.
Quit thinking about my
Get
twinkle.
out of my face and call cops on me. Stop.
It doesn't help that he's taller than the dude. He's
Yeah.
like menacing him.
Oh, damn.
So
Damn.
yeah, ends up
Good.
just shooting the
That
guy.
was crazy.
Just in like a split second, right? So
Yeah.
this happened in April. So they've obviously gone to court, and so this prankster. So the next,
Did he die?
No, he went to the hospital. He posted he's
right.
making videos from the hospital bed, like I just got shot. It's
Yeah.
crazy. So he's now testifying, or he's telling the jurors, "Hey, I had no inkling that I had scared or angered the man who fired at me." So that's the next thing. So they're still in court, but he's saying that, look, I'm just trying to get a reaction. I didn't know he was scared or angry.
Listen, if you're the twinkle douche, which the name of those twins who rode for Harvard, I think. If you're the twinkle douche, eat it. You menaced somebody, you menaced the wrong person. The guy tried to walk away from you 3 different times. You kept pursuing him. You're a foot taller than he is,
Yeah.
and shit happens.
It's the essence of being a prankster is there's a small chance
Yes.
you'll be killed. That's what makes it titillating.
Yes, there's an outsider's chance that shit could go down.
You're right.
And it did.
You're
But
right.
that's on you.
It's on you. Take the bullet.
So in court, they asked him, why did you continue with the prank despite the guy requesting go away and stop? And the prankster said, I almost did, but then I didn't realize that he was angry.
Well, usually when people walk away and tell you to get away from them, that means they're not interested in whatever this is. But it's not a prank.
It's not a prank.
And this is what's going on. It's sort of jackassy, but it's not a prank.
Yeah.
We need to get back to pranks that are like a little bit clever.
What about taking a shit in a bag, lighting it on fire, and then ringing a guy's doorbell?
That's a prank.
That's a solid
That's
prank.
classic prank. Yeah, I don't know if you have any memories of classic pranks from days of yore, but that was a big deal when I was growing up.
Yeah. There was prank calls. I have hours of prank calls that I... Well, you made a show. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, like...
Never had me on.
Jimmy Jimmy took toothpaste in my travel kit, and he pushed the toothpaste out of the toothpaste, and he stuffed shaving cream in there, and I brushed my teeth with shaving cream for several days.
That's good.
Yeah, like just basic, straight ahead shit like that.
Yeah.
That's Jimmy.
An upper decker. Nothing wrong with a solid upper decker at a party.
Jimmy would this. All right. Shit. George, who's the black comedian who always wears a Kango hat? George.
In Vegas. George Wallace.
George
Wallace. When they did some sort of like Comedy Central roast or bid or Night of 1,000 Stars or something, he call every celebrity in the room as George Wallace and like wake them up and do George Wallace's voice and fuck with them. That's a prank.
Good.
And
That's
they all
good.
thought it was George Wallace.
Yeah.
Like that, because they also knew he was doing the show that night. He thought he was just calling them, like saying, why don't we go down and take a sauna together? And
Yeah.
they'd be like, it's 7 a.m, George, come on now. You know what I mean? And they didn't want to be disrespectful to him.
Right.
And, those are good, solid.
That's good. When I was at the Laugh Factory, the dearly beloved Bob Saget was on stage, and he would go up and he would do just pure stand-up for most of his set, and then at the very end, to close out strong, they'd bring up his guitar and he'd play a couple songs. So I cranked all the tuning pegs, and then he hit that first chord, and he had the crowd right where he wanted it, and there was nothing he could do. There was no saving that, and he just went up in flames.
When I did Craig Kilborn's show a million years ago, I was going to be the first guest up or whatever, but the comedian that night was going to be Jordan Rubin. And I worked with Jordan at the Man Show. And like cousin Sal, he was nervous about doing his 5-minute set on TV, network. And Sal got out of him like what his set was going to be and what the jokes were or whatever. And then I sat down first with Craig Kilborn, and in my panel did his first three jokes. Yes, I did.
Oh my God.
Yes, I did. Fitzdog feels that, right?
Whoa.
You're backstage, you're pacing around, and I'm doing your first 3 bits.
You're worrying about every word. You're changing single words in the dressing room. So you're so obsessed about the perfection of the set. Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
What did he do?
I can't remember. He had to jettison those jokes, or maybe he just came out and said it. Fucking Adam did this shit. But that's a prank.
Yeah.
A higher level prank.
Yeah.
Not quite the dog doo-doo on fire, but
All right.
More professional prank. But there it is. All right, Max, what else you got?
So, Adam, I know you've been following this for a while, but it seems like it's all going to end here. The United States will have no pandas for the first time in 50 years after we're going to return the last 3 to China by December.
You're talking about none in zoos?
Yeah. Well, and those are the only pandas we have.
Well, yeah, I guess they weren't.
There's no residential pandas. Yeah, commercial pandas, but residential pandas.
The wild pandas
They'll still be around.
The commercial.
You mean in zoos? No. In people's guest bedrooms. Yeah. Now listen, I have a very simple question for us versus China. Would China give back our animals? Answer is no fucking way. They might sell them back to us.
With chips in them.
Yeah, with chips in them.
Chips, yeah.
They might. They would do anything other than hand them back to us.
All right.
I would say, look, there's a lot of human atrocities going on over there in China. We don't like the way you guys roll, and until we clean that up, we'll be keeping Ling Ling and Zulu.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's it.
Yep.
We'll keep them.
Yep.
Who's going to come get them, bitch? They're here. We're keeping them. We've had enough trouble with you. Listen, you know what I do? I just make an excuse. I'd go, you know what? The pandas were all crated up. We had the whole UPS delivery thing. They're all ready to go. And then you guys sent over that spy balloon.
Yeah.
You sent a spy balloon over.
Right.
And now we got an issue.
Yeah.
So we're just going to think on these pandas for a little bit.
Maybe put the pandas in, like, a helium balloon has that little basket. Take the Chinese balloon, put the pandas in a basket.
Yes.
Send it back over the Atlantic or Pacific.
Well, Pacific? I guess.
I used to go Pacific, yeah.
I'd go Pacific.
Yeah, go Pacific.
Gondola.
Yeah.
We'll put them in the gondola.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you get old, your brain goes, gondolier? No, that's an Italian guy. Gonda something? Uganda? Gondola.
Yeah.
Gondola. Yeah, wicker. It's insane how strong wicker can be.
It is amazing.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not steel reinforced, not
Yeah.
made out of plexi or composite materials. I'm just going to stand in this wicker thing
Yeah.
2,000 feet above the ground. Feel good about myself.
2 uses for wicker. Houseplants and holding human life a mile above the earth.
That's right. Sticks and houseplants.
Yeah.
And there's some outdoor furniture.
Yeah.
Some. But eventually that gives way and your ass hits the patio.
Yeah, we got one of those.
Yeah. I wouldn't feel good about that
Yeah.
gondola if I were you.
No.
Yeah. All right. We keep them. And if you guys get your shit together over there, China, and you stop ripping off our golf clubs and our intellectual property and shit, then maybe we'll give it some thought. We'll give them
Right.
back.
Well,
Well, for
so,
now,
yeah.
we'll keep them.
People are suspecting the reason that we are giving these pandas back is because of the relations right now between U.S. and China. So maybe China is trying to take their balls and go home, right?
Yeah.
They're denying, both sides are denying politics are at play. But China has long used panda diplomacy to curry favor.
Diplomacy?
Diplomacy, excuse me, to curry favor, reward friends, and punish adversaries. And the loss of America's last pandas comes at a moment when ties between the U.S. and China have hit a historic low. So we got our first pandas for zoos in 1972. It was a gift given after President Nixon formalized normal relations with China.
And now they want them back. So
Yeah,
it's
they don't
symbolic.
Yeah. And I guess Britain is losing a couple pandas too.
Huh.
So they're taking their pandas.
Well, they got to put a explosive suppository in those pandas. It's set to go off in like 72 hours from the time they get on that plane. So just about the time they get settled into the Chinese
Yeah.
zoo, boom,
What's black and white and red all over?
panda guts
Yeah.
in China.
Yeah.
Fuck their shit up. We should use it. They wouldn't give it back if we weren't getting along with pandas. And they had a buffalo or something that we lent them.
Yeah.
We wouldn't get it back.
Right.
There's no doubt. All right. Play hardball.
Yeah. So goodbye pandas. We didn't get to this last week, but I want to get your thoughts on this. So Target is closing 9 stores in major cities across 4 states, claiming theft and organized retail crime may have made the environment unsafe for staff and customers and unsustainable for business.
Yeah,
So-
but didn't they kind of made themselves a target though?
Yeah,
They did,
put it
yeah,
right
it's
on there.
there.
When you hear about the numbers of like retail loss through theft, it's like in the billions. It's crazy. Like it's crazy how much these places are losing.
Yeah,
now.
Target previously said it was expecting to lose $500 million this year due to rising theft.
No.
Yeah. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. And
I know these all snatch and grabs, or this is just casual shoplifting.
it must be everything,
Yeah.
right?
I think it's the new world order of snatch and grabs.
Well,
and everything.
In Compton, like the new task force for all these smash and grabs found this backyard filled with I think it was like $280,000 worth of stuff. So they're just tents in a backyard, and what they do is they just resell them, right, on
Yeah.
OfferUp or something.
when I was a kid, I was, I don't know, 17 or 18, there was this whole thing. There was like prop whatever. And they wanted to add 40 cents tax to the price of a pack of cigarettes for whatever California's doing with that. And then the guys who were like big tobacco who didn't want the tax put on it. So they'd run these anti-prop whatever commercials, which is, this isn't going to work because the bad guys are going to go to Nevada. They're going to buy all their cartons of cigarettes at a discount. Then they're going to come here and like stand in front of the 7-Eleven. But even when I was like 15, I would like watch a commercial and go, so you're walking into the 7-Eleven in Studio City to buy a pack of cigarettes, but some shady dude says, why don't we stop by my van? It's up the street.
Yeah.
And you're to save 40 cents. Like
Right.
it didn't make sense to me, but maybe I was wrong because evidently there's a market. Like I would feel weird buying mouthwash, from some bootlegger
Right.
online.
Right.
But on the other hand, cartridges for razors and things like that, and certain items, they're $11, $16 or whatever. And they're dealing them for half price or like it. I mean, it's the people paying that are creating the market, right? I
Yeah.
mean, people are online it seems dubious that someone would be selling a bottle of conditioner online
Right.
or razors
Yeah.
or eye drops or something, but evidently it's on. And this is
Well,
how
it's the
people
same
are
thing with
shopping
selling
now?
weed on the street. It's legal everywhere, but there's still a booming pot market underground because it's cheaper. But a lot of it's laced with fentanyl now.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll pay the extra couple bucks for my eighth knowing that it is tested for fentanyl.
I need it sanctioned.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So here we are. But yes, I don't know.
Do you want to know where they're closing?
Oh, yeah.
So New York.
I guess Portland,
Yep, 3 locations in Portland.
Seattle.
Seattle.
2 locations in Seattle.
All right.
L.A.?
No.
Oh.
3 locations in San Francisco and Oakland, though.
Oh,
Those are
yeah. All the
California's.
lawless blue states. Look, someone's going to have to do something other than if you're the progressive Democratic, district selectman of Oakland, do not get angry at the business that's leaving. They would like to stay here and make money. They figured out that they can't. So figure out some policy changes that are going to prevent some of this stuff and see if we can attract more businesses versus getting angry at the businesses that are leaving.
Yeah.
Yes.
I also got word that we have a picture of that guy from the news clip we heard earlier.
Oh, yeah. This guy's... Oh, you're going to love this guy, Greg. And this guy's... He's from a different era.
What is he wearing?
It looks like he's wearing something that you would go catfish noodling in. I
he
don't
just
even know
jump
if
out
there's
of
an
a plane?
outfit for that, but it's like waiters,
Yeah.
like all-weather waiters, and he's perfect.
He's got 3/4 of a straw hat on.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, this guy's perfect.
Wow.
So that's
I don't know if
going
he was
on
playing
in
it
this
up.
country. Is
Happy
what I'm
as
saying.
hell. He's happy
as
as
hell.
hell.
Happy.
Yeah.
This guy's 10 times happier than anyone who went to your show on Saturday night with their limousines and their
Right.
Rolexes. He is 10 times happier than they are, and 20 times happier than they are after they left your show. Sorry, but mathematically, I just had to put that.
I
in
should have been selling my T-shirts outside after
Yeah.
that show. Oh, look at how happy he is.
Yeah.
And it's the greatest
got
dental
good
program
teeth.
in the world.
Wow.
Very impressive.
Yeah. Yeah. See that front learn from looking at this guy's pictures of like we could spend a lot of money whitening your teeth, or we could darken you and make your teeth look whiter. And I think that's what this guy's doing. All right, one more, Max Spada.
All right. Well, I'm glad Greg's here because the writer strike just ended.
Yes.
So all the late night shows are coming back. Yeah, I remember they're doing that podcast, Strike Force 5, produced by our very own Mike Chaffee. Now,
Was it really?
yeah.
I'm going to see him on Thursday night in Shirley, Mass.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming down to see my
Oh,
show.
great.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a hell of a commute for him.
No, I'd say so.
He's in New Hampshire, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So Colbert, Kimmel, they're all coming back to work tonight as we record this.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yeah, I think I read something about
What does this
that.
mean for the writers now? Are you guys going back to work, or because the actors are still on strike?
That's the big question because they really supported us a lot. You know, they walked the picket line. They went on strike, which ultimately ended the strike for the writers. If we wouldn't have had the power if they
Right.
hadn't gone on strike with us. So, I mean, there's an argument that if writers start writing now, it's not affecting actors.
Right.
Because it's going to be stuff that's produced in 6 months where we assume this, now that we've got a template for a settlement that the actors, but they've got a bunch of asks that we didn't have.
Right.
Yeah, they've got, I can't remember what their demands are, but it's beyond what the writers had.
But is the vibe that they'll get upset if you guys go back to work, or is it?
It just happened over the weekend, so I'm not really sure. I don't know. Tomorrow is today. I'm gonna swing by after the show. There's a big support march today for the actors that the writers are all showing up for.
It seemed like the actors would want the writers to get back to work to create scripts
Right.
for them to use.
That's what I'm thinking.
in a few months. So
Yeah.
I think we're going to bring this thing home.
It's good news for Jimmy. Wasn't Jimmy like paying his whole staff during this time?
He paid his staff like he did the first time, I believe, because he's very magnanimous. But I don't know if it continued the entire time. I would assume it did because he's just that kind of dude.
That's a lot of money. Jesus. Good for him. I get so much respect for that guy.
Yeah, he's very dedicated, very magnanimous, and always takes care of people around him.
Yeah.
So, it probably ingratiates a lot of goodwill toward him as the boss. You know what I mean? So he's the kind of guy probably. He would retire probably if he didn't feel so responsible for the 200 people who work for him.
Right.
So he really thinks a lot about the people who work with him, and then feels very like personally responsible for everyone. And like if I worked for Jimmy on his staff that way, I would probably like every 14 months go, hey boss, I just had another kid, and I just want to thank you so much. And even if I was just a gay couple, you know what I mean? Like at some point he'd go, "You've got 16 kids because you keep coming in here." Once 15 or 16, I can't remember all their names off the top of my head. But if you like came in every like 14 months and go, we just had a kid, and just make up a name. Marie is super thankful, and she's convalescing at home with the newborn, but it wouldn't be possible without you. He would never. And then if he did retire, he'd just keep paying you anyway.
Yeah.
So that's the move.
Wow. Now, everybody I know that's worked for that guy sings his praises.
Did you hear that Matt Damon and Ben Affleck during the strike offered to pay Kimmel's staff a week each out of their own pockets?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
I don't think Kimmel accepted, but they offered it.
Yeah, well, that was understood before they offered it.
Yeah, we just gotta.
I'm gonna come in here,
Do the dance.
make this overture, and then you just go ahead and shake it off, right, boss? Well, right. This is how we're gonna do this. Yeah, it's good. Well, the thing about having a lot of money is you can do shit that's like over the top. Like you go, I'm just going to rent out Dodger Stadium and have my family reunion there. And we're going to play softball. Like you can do that shit, or you can go, I have a woman and her husband work for me, and he died of cancer, and I'm going to pay for the kids' college. There's big swings, but if you got money, you can do that shit.
Right.
And it's God bless you.
Yeah.